Yo, what is up, Kings? I hope all is well. Guess what? Fresh from Fresh and Fit is back at it again. Fresh Prince CEO, as he likes to be called. I'm going to try and make this as short as and sweet as possible. He definitely, multiple times now, has talked about his deference for bringing on Nick Fuentes to his podcast. He has said on multiple occasions that, yes, he is all about the money. And this is not a surprise. In previous clips, I think on multiple occasions, he has said that there's really no point to fighting back against the system, that they are firmly entrenched in power. And it is what it is. It's a waste of time and energy to fight back against the system, especially with regards to free speech and all of that. And of course, he's entitled to his own opinion. Also, before I play the clip, it's also important to note, I saw this on the channel, or the Fresh and Fit channel. He was shouting out his own individual channel. Of course, Myron is starting to do more and more individual content posted on the Fresh and Fit channel. And Fresh apparently is starting to get back into doing more independent content. He gave himself a shout out. He's going to be interviewing certain people, people that he has connections with. And before his channel, it's a part of a rebrand. Before his channel was called Fresh Prince CEO, and I think it was mostly a detail of his day-to-day life and like the behind-the-scenes shit for the After Hours show. But now he's kind of transitioning it into a one-on-one podcast setup. Time will tell how that goes, but it's interesting to see. I've done multiple videos on Fresh now. I don't dislike the guy. I think he probably is talented behind the scenes in his own way. At the very least, he does what's needed to build these connections. But at the same time, it's easier to build connections when you're already a part of something lit than to start from scratch with nothing. But I guess he may have done that, although there are reports that there were two other guys that have been a part of the Fresh and Fit podcast that brought on the girls more so than Myron or Fresh ever did. One guy with dreads, very muscular. Apparently he was like a male dancer. And the other one was more of like a Hispanic guy who started his own female dating channel. I off the top of my head, I don't know what it's called. I haven't really seen very many episodes. Who knows if it's still around. But this is just interesting. I've said on multiple occasions, when it comes to content creation, there's basically two predominant strategies or motivations for why you do the content that you do. Maybe three. But the third is related to the first two. The first is to make money. And that is what I like to call like kid-friendly, NPC, mainstream content that doesn't really test boundaries, that doesn't really test norms, that doesn't really challenge anything, but just kind of does like mind-numbingly simple bullshit. Kind of like Mr. Beast, It's not really real. It's not really authentic for the most part. And it's just kind of a way for people to unplug and check out. The other way is to actually make a difference and to say something of substance, even if that means that you get canceled, because your number one motivation is what you believe in, and putting that out into the ethosphere for all to see and potentially come around to believing themselves. The third is a combination of the two, where you definitely want to make a career out of it, but you're also trying to say, without going over the line and testing the line too much, kind of like a as far as conservatism goes, like the Blaze, a Ben Shapiro, a Matt Walsh. Those are guys that I consider not really challenging the status quo, even though they do challenge the status quo more so than like a liberal or somebody. Hell, like even a Fresh Prince CEO. So before I play the clip, those are kind of the three main things that motivations when doing content that you can do. I don't think Fresh will be successful or could be successful very much on his own without Myron. I think a lot of people would lose interest. A lot of people wouldn't watch Fresh just because of Fresh. And who knows? I mean, these two guys do seem to be opposite each other in kind of their viewpoint on how they attack content creation. Who knows? They might be doing this as a strategy to get people off the scent and kind of getting people to maybe who wouldn't be inclined to do so be sympathetic to Fresh and therefore give Fresh and Fit a pass because Fresh is this, liberal, more chill-minded NPC guy. So time will tell, but let's listen to this clip here.
And then I find out.
Here we go.
These are people you bring your show that you canceled. I'm like, wait. Oh, okay, got you. Don't bring them on.
Right.
Understood. Because, bro, why would they mess up my bag? Knowing that this
I got Lambos. I got money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, we got to pay employees, we got to pay staff. He's like, nah, listen.
Got a good back,
He's
too.
on the road.
Yeah.
Then come to find out, he's on the show. Mind you, I postponed it for like 2 months. I was like, bro, what are we doing? When they show up, he's there. I'm like,
NF, right?
The name that shall not be named. Now, mind you, I don't hate the guy, but this is bad for business. And listen, they say, "Oh, Fresh, you sold out." Well, guess what? I did sell out.
Yeah.
Too bad.
He cost you millions of dollars, right?
Millions.
Okay.
But you know what? In that whole debacle, we learned a lot.
For sure.
And I actually learned that, like, in the social media world, there's people that are liked and not liked.
Right.
If you're liked, you get passes. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you're not liked, cancel, demonetize, shadow ban, and that's it. It ain't no come back from that. You're cooked.
Right.
Which is why I made alliances with people behind the scenes that have power.
Right.
So see, now I'm like, okay, cool. They know that I'm cool. I'm not like that. I could walk the walk, talk the talk. All right, you're there. We'll keep it amicable.
Right.
But if not, would have been cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked.
So like I said, I mean, you heard that last little bit where he says that the people in positions of power said, well, if you're there, then I guess it's okay. We'll keep it pushing. We'll keep your channel active. But if you're not there, then it would be a different story. Interesting. I do understand what he's saying, though, because kind of with these big operations that have, multiple people there that are employed as the content creation, it kind of is difficult to have a right-leaning platform. It really is. Anything that's like not mainstream or not center left is hard to do. I think you're more likely to be able to get away with it if you're like a news or a content creation company, like The Blaze or what's the other one? Well, The Blaze is the main one. Daily Wire would be another one. I think you're more likely to be able to kind of get away with a little bit more if you have that, because you do possibly get more right-leaning companies that might be willing to support the channel. This is not for the faint of heart, You can definitely make the case that maybe if Myron really wanted to have Nick on, then he should have done it on his own individual channel or something like that, rather than for Fresh and to have him on Fresh and Fit as a whole. But again, there's Rumble. And apparently, Rumble is a free speech platform. So if that's the case, then I don't see what the fuck the problem is, because they continue to advocate that Rumble is free speech. So if that's the case, I don't see what the problem is. And him saying that they lost millions because he came on the channel, okay, but what about the massive viewership that you also gained from having him on the show and the massive attention that your channel received from having him on the show? It's hard to put a price on that. It's hard to put a price on that. So I don't know how much longer they're going to last together, because I think they are just in opposition. I really think that Myron, his future might be creating his own content creation channel or company where they're more in line with some of his political takes. You know, Myron is more of a fighter politically than Fresh is. Fresh, he's all about the money. And this is why I said in previous videos, like, Fresh, you don't know what he believes. Like, he doesn't really believe in anything. He doesn't really believe in the red pill stuff. When I reacted to his stuff with the Asian chick that there was the false pregnancy, I mean, it's very obvious that he doesn't live by the principles that Fresh and Fit discuss. Now, his defense would be, well, I don't believe every red pill piece of information or ideology. Okay, but you obviously don't believe in like Christian ideology either, which you claim to be a Christian. So, guys like Fresh really don't have a belief system. And I don't know how long he would be able to make it on his own when people don't know what the fuck he stands for. Because if he's trying to, I think what he's kind of transitioning to is his own one-on-one self-help channel. Okay, but how are you going to self-help when it's hard to verify what you even believe with any of this stuff? And I would argue, and this is probably my biggest point that I want to make, as far as the self-help stuff goes, when it comes to men, if you want to be the ultimate man, the ultimate masculine man, a part of that is saying it with your chest and saying what the fuck you believe in. And so if it's coming from Fresh, a guy who really doesn't say what he believes in and kind of rather just wants to toe the line to continue making his bag, then how exactly are you putting forward self-help? I mean, I guess you can do it in smaller increments by, talking about how to get your money right, how to network right, or, whatever the case may be. But in the end, the mindset that it takes to do that at the highest level is I am going to succeed at all cost mindset, no matter the barriers that I have. The number one skill set you can have is the skill set of perseverance and never letting anybody or anything keep you from moving forward. And I just don't know how a Fresh Prince CEO mindset really helps with that. So he might be able to get like a few people here or there, like more liberal inclined puss boys. But as far as like getting any significant amount, I doubt it. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I mean, there's new stuff coming out more and more. I guess we're gonna find out where this goes from here. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think about Fresh in the comment section. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. In facts or feelings, because your feelings just matter. I love you, kings. See you guys next time. Christ is king. Peace.